Hello, Professor Smith and classmates. We are Group F. My name is Erica, and we are going to talk about the microeconomics case analysis that we did based on the article published at the New York Times, uh, named Tesla Profit Rose in the Second Quarter as Price Cuts Spurred Demand, published this year's July 19th. So, microeconomics has his primary focus on the decisions made by specific individuals with the economy. In addition, microeconomics is preoccupied with equilibrium and concerns about how to use resources effectively in the context of specific production conditions. Microeconomics can explain, for instance, how the United States auto industry came to be and how producers and buyers interact in the auto market. It explains how precise automotive prices are, how much the auto industry spends on new facilities, and how many vehicles are made by year. Microeconomics explains how sectors and markets operate and evolve, and how they are influenced by local policies and global conditions by examining the behavior and interactions of specific business and consumers. Talking about consumers, the amount of goods and services that society can produce is constrained by the number of resources it is available at any given time, um, such as labor, land, capital, and raw materials. Uh, Arvine and Curtis define production potential frontier, PPF, as the combination of goods that can be produced using all the resources available. Patterns of spending and output are disrupted by unpredictable changes in consumer confidence, like final markets, energy prices, trade agreements, economic conditions in important trade markets or partners, government policy, and many other events can potentially be pushed off its present. PPF is the economy. The economy could enter a recession if spend on goods and services declines. As an alternative, periods of quickly increasing output and spending, can lead to an economic boom in which output and employment rise above their potential. Sorry. So the primary tool for understanding price changes, how they occur, and what occurs when the government intervenes in a market is what it's called the supply and demand model. Uh, so the elasticity of the demand is the ability of demand for a good to rise or fall in response to a change in any of demand factors. On the other hand, the ability of a good supply to rise or fall in response to a change in any of its supply determining factors is referred to as its supply elasticity. And now I will call my friend Absola to continue.
Thank you, Erica, for that introduction. The objective of this slide essentially is to apply the economic concepts of the production possibility frontier to the case in study, which is Tesla. Essentially, production possibility frontier talks about the amount of output, expected potential output, if resources are deployed by a firm. So it helps us to understand um, how much of all of these resources like labor, capital, um, can be deployed and the potential output. So in applying to the case of Tesla, we can see that essentially Tesla set out to produce electric vehicles. However, as a result of low demand occasioned by issues such as high borrowing costs, um, yeah, so consumers' appetites not dropped because, of course, their income to purchase those electric vehicles drops as a result of high borrowing power. So for Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, was a way of as a way of encouraging or incentivizing consumers to purchase, needed to drop the price of the major component and accessory for those electric vehicles, which was the batteries. So what did he do? He set out, he announced the plans of Tesla to go into the production of batteries and essentially to engage in a price war with an age-long battery made of cobalt. Of course, as a business, I had to put forth the argument for um, um, electric vehicle, batteries made from lithium. And of the five most um, prominent advantages were the fact that lithium ion batteries had higher staying power. Of course, affordability was 80% lesser in price compared to cobalt milled batteries. They're more efficient, and then it could write 100,000 mileage guarantee like Hyundai. And then also increase battery resale as the second-hand value. So these were things considered aside the political and economic considerations underpinning, the disadvantages for cobalt made batteries. So in essence, rather than focus all the resources in making electric vehicles, as an add-on and to encourage consumers, Elon Musk Tesla thought of going into the production of batteries. Thank you. May I now yield the floor to Gowenda.
Thank you, Abisola Erica, for giving the uh, definition of demand and our project. So, before starting the demand, oh, everyone has to do a market analysis to see the how people react of their product. So, the Tesla vehicle nation where a public infrastructure for charging electric vehicle is already in a place, may be found in electric vehicle area public. So before launching their products, Tesla made the charging ports, charging area, vehicle area available for everyone in the market also, because if a car battery and it self-contained, it can be considered electrical or can be plug-in hybrid major setting. The sales of used car, especially equipped new cars, are not included in statistics. So, uh, uh, with my research or the role I'm considered given, so I only did the new cars research, which is I think quite efficient for so people to use, and they are also uh, in the effort of achieving the CO2 neutral mobility and combat climate change. The market of electric vehicle, I think, the crucial one in the upcoming days, and now the market also. And now, if I talk about the demand of Tesla vehicles. We all know that the demand of Tesla vehicles right here in Canada and US and all, I think, around the world is rising day by day because of the CO2 emission, and the most people now use because it's chargeable. So it is reasonable to assume that electrical and battery powered cars are dominating in the automotive industry that we all know. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic and all these things that happened in the past few years, Musk's Musk's vehicle demand of Teslas, or I think highly, rapidly growing. They were likely to surpass sales of commercial vehicle cars with potential combustion engine in the trend of Ford's sales of brand new electric vehicles increased by 108% in the 2021. So as a result, I think EV sales made a roughly 5% of all passengers car sales globally. And with that, electrical vehicle sold there, China, I think, holds the most uh, d- uh, demand of these electric vehicle, because the people are in China are now demanding more about the electrical vehicles. So that's it from my side. And now I would like to call the next person, Rupinder.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Rupinder.
Rupinder, you're muted. Please unmute.
Oh, so sorry. So guys, thank you for giving me opportunity. So my topic is supply of Tesla worldwide. So here I am discussing the supply of Tesla. In this slide, here is a table which shows about the number of vehicles that delivered worldwide from 2019 to 2023. This table shows the number of vehicles that delivered in first quarter of 2019, that is 63,000 units. After that, in fourth quarter, the number of vehicles increased to 112,000 units. After 1 year, in 2020, the number of vehicles in first quarter was 88.4 thousand units. In this way, the number of demand of supply of number of vehicles of Tesla increasing day by day. In 2021, the the deliveries of Tesla were 184,000 units. After that, it follow increasing order, and in 2022, the value of supply of Tesla vehicles is 405 thousand units in fourth quarter, and in this way, in the first quarter of 2023, the value of supply of Tesla vehicles is 422 thousand units. Apart from this, here is a bar graph which also shows the supply of Tesla vehicles, and in this way we can easily see the supply in different quarters with different numbers. Here, blue color represents the supply of Tesla in first quarter of 2019-20, uh, and so on. Apart from this, another red color shows the supply of Tesla in quarter 4. So in this way, the supply of Tesla followed an inclined order day by day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rupinder. So I'll be talking about the price elasticity of demand and supply. So we all know that people are demanding Tesla cars everywhere, especially like Canada has been the place that I've seen so many Teslas at once. Like the demand for Tesla, it's so crazy. But with that, people still have some limiting factors that stop them from getting Tesla. I'm a student, for instance. Take myself for example. I can't afford a Tesla. Even if I have a job, I can't afford a Tesla. So income is one of them. The ability to pay for a Tesla is way it's too much for example, as I said, a student. Then the availability of alternatives. For example, we know that General Motors right now are doing very well. They've been doing very well for the production of EV vehicles this year, which they are in big competition with Tesla. So availability of other alternatives, because there are some other vehicles, EV vehicles that offer more than a Tesla. Tesla might, yes, we all know Tesla is the main thing and stuff, but now that there are other people in the competition market that are really competing with Teslas. Then availability of charging infrastructures. The charging infrastructure so far has increased. The people that that don't have charging ports at home complain about getting charging their Teslas, and how it costs so much. It's even higher than like a liter of like petrol to get one. Then the drop in Tesla's lithium made batteries by 80%. They've been price of complementary products. So the complementary products, which are the batteries and the charging infrastructures, are also part of the factors affecting the demand for Tesla. So moving on, we have the supply, price elasticity of supply, and factors affecting the supply. We have technological changes. We are living in a technical or technological world. Everything is either digital, online, and then we all know that a positive change in technology will allow Tesla to increase production of vehicles. And if they can increase production of vehicles, they can make more products. Then the number of firms in the market too. We know that more firms will lead to more EV vehicles available at a given price, since the supply will increase. Because if there are more firms in like the market, it will cause more competition between the EV manufacturers. And then obviously, if I have an EV company, I will want to make more money competing with my other manufacturers. So I will increase my supply and try to increase my profit. Then price of substitute goods. Price of substitute goods, just if the price of like the Ford or the GM motors, it's cheaper for me, I'll obviously go for that. And the Tesla, if the Tesla is more expensive, I'll go for the one that is within my money range and I can afford. Then yes, that will be all for me. My friend will talk about the Tesla competitors.
You were mute, Bhargav.
You are mute.
Guys, we edit this out. You guys can hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start with Tesla competitors.
So why we need competitors in the market? It's the first thing, right? So like if we are like if there are no competitors in the market, it's very difficult. Like we have to go with only one product, and going with one product is not the best thing. Like people need more. With the more people earn, the more they need. So here competitor arises where people they make they people they try to make better product for the same, like in comparison to the same product available in the market for cheaper price, better quality, and by giving better services. So the what makes this competitors? So first thing is like the efficient use of resources. Like for a company to do good in the market or better than others or their rivals, they need to use they need to utilize all of their resources, all of the labors to get a maximum profit. Next thing, they need to be innovative, because if the company is innovative with their product, they come up with the new products every now and then. They are tend to be engaging more in the market. They are tend to be selling more products in the market, which beneficial for the company and at the same time increasing the employment. Yeah. Another thing is like if if the company starts engaging more in the market, the chances for the small scale industries or the small scale firm, it's very low, and their competition like starts declining. So the company which has more control over the market is the king of the market. So over here, like as my other friends talk, Tesla is known for its battery and known for its services, for its features, and the cars, electric vehicles. Now, the another reason why Tesla is known is because at present Tesla is starting out with the newer models which are more or nearly affordable to the basic income people or students. Okay. Um, so over here in the table, we can see that the Tesla is on 8,89,000 sales for the first quarter, like from Jan to July, and its main competitor is General Motors or GM Motors, which is around 12,92,511. And as for other companies like Ford, Ferrari, Toyota, and Rivian. Rivian is a new company which has just started, and it's like making a name for itself in the market a lot. And then comes Li Inc. and Neo Inc. These both are the Chinese companies. They have started going global with their sales, and in few years they will be uh, dominating the market just like Tesla is doing. Next, I guess, yeah. So in this graph, you can clearly see the data for the General Motors comparison, Tesla, General Motors, Rivian, Neo Inc., and comparison among themselves. So for my portion, next is for my friend. She will explain.
Thank you. My name is Gandhi. I'm going to talk about externalities. Well, although Tesla is one of the most recognized and largest companies around the world, its operations are susceptible to being impacted by various externalities. The first factor to consider is the impact of governmental regulation and policies related to preserving the environment, included incentives for emission taxes, subsidies, and maybe trade agreements. which purpose to make electric vehicles more economically competitive in the current market. If will happen any adjustments in these policies, it can result in both. Could be an uncertainty and maybe could be an opportunity for Tesla's growth. Well, I would like to mention two examples. For example, the US federal government has budgeted $7.5 billion to incentivize the production and purchase the electric vehicle through 2019. Another example could be the Chinese government spent a total of 33.4 billion yens to subsidize the option of electric vehicle during 2013 and 2015. An additional factor, next slide please. An additional factor to consider is how variation in energy cost can influence the consumer interest in electric vehicles. Particularly, I want to highlight the fluctuation in oil prices. Conventional gasoline fueled cars might become more attractive to users because of the lower prices. Well, moreover, the production procedures involved in manufacturing electric vehicles require resource extraction and also manufacturing activities that have the potential to generate adverse environmental effects. These can include energy utilization in component fabrications and also pollution and even resource depletion. Another negative impact that can be caused by the growth of users of Tesla automobiles is the congestion increase. Because of charging infrastructure might not be sufficient. This situation affects local communities and also the road users. Well, finally, Tesla's electric vehicle generates fewer greenhouse gas emissions in contrast to traditional internal combustion engine cars. Well, this leads to a positive environmental impact as the reduced emission contribute to improve air quality and hold the potential to mitigate the impacts of climate change. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. These are our references and the final of our project. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you, everyone.